Today we are going to be talking about writing slope-intercept equations. We have graphed them in our previous topic. Now we're going to look at how to write them. We know slope-intercept is y equals mx plus b. We know m is slope. It is the change in y over the change in x. And it is also the rise over the run. Okay. B is your y-intercept. And this is when x is 0. This is the point that we start with to graph, and then we would use our rise and run to get to our next point. What we're going to be doing now, though, is we're going to take that information and form the equations. So if you are given a slope of -3/4 and you are given a point of 4, 0, okay, we can create this equation, right? So y equals, we're going to fill in our slope, -3/4 x plus b. Okay, so that's step one. But we don't know our b yet. We do have an x and a y. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in our x and our y into this equation. So my y is 0. I still have my -3/4. My x is 4, so I'm going to multiply by 4. And I could put a 1 under it to make it easier, plus b. I can see that those 4s are going to cancel out because I have 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom, which leaves me with just -3 plus b equals 0. I'm solving for my b, so I'm going to bring the -3 to the other side, and we are going to add the opposite. That leaves me with 3 equals b. Okay, now we need to put it all together. So y equals my m, so -3/4 x, plus my b, which is 3. Okay, so sometimes we're giving a slope and a point, and we form our equation, our slope-intercept y equals mx plus b. That is one piece that you could be given. You could also be given something different. You could also be given 2 points. So 8, -4, and -2, 1. Okay. We need to find our slope. We have done this previously. So we're going to do the change in y over the change in x. Okay. Now, the one thing to remember is to keep the ordered pair together. So if I start with this ordered pair, okay, then my next ordered pair, this one, has to stay together. Okay, you could do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, or just remember that the ordered pair has to stay together. Our y goes first. So I'm going to put my -4 over my 8. Okay. Over here, I'm going to put my 1 over my -2. And change always means subtract. So change, which is this triangle, means subtract. Okay, similar to change, range, difference, they're all the same thing. They're all subtracting. Okay, so -4 minus 1. They're both the same, so I'm going to add the numbers, -5. Here I have a negative times a negative. Well, that goes to a positive. So 8 plus 2 is 10. It is a fraction, so we are going to have to reduce, and I can reduce by 5. That leaves me with -1/2. Now that's the slope. What we're going to do now is what we just did in the other example. We are going to pick either point. both work the same. So I'm going to take y equals -1/2 x plus b, okay? This time I'm going to use this grouping here. So I'm going to put my y in, that's -4, equals -1/2 times the x value. Well, the x value here is 8, and I can put a 1 under it to make it easier, plus b. Okay, so you should be able to see a trick there. I know the 2 goes into 8 4 times, okay, or 8 divided by 2 is 4. So now I have -4 equals -4 plus b. I'm solving for b, so I'm going to add 4 so that I can bring this over here. Well, they actually both cancel out, so that's 0 equals b. And I think it was. Okay, so that means now we're going to put it together. Y equals -1/2 x plus 0, but because it's plus 0, we really don't need it, so y equals -1/2 x would be just fine. Alrighty, so when we are given a slope or 2 points, we can solve for our y equals mx plus b, our slope intercept.